Welcome to another CognitionChunks extravaganza. Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the basic instinct of music, no fish pun intended. Okay, maybe a little intended. Today, we're talking about the things that separate the basic from the boss when it comes to intermediate bass playing. Let's get thumpin'. Technical skills. 1. Walking bass lines. Think of this as the GPS for your bass. Instead of just hitting the root note, you're taking a scenic route through arpeggios and scales, creating a journey for the listener. 2. Slap and pop techniques. This isn't your grandma's way of keeping you in line. Slapping and popping is like the Tabasco sauce on your musical burrito. Spice it up. 3. String skipping. This isn't jump rope, but you're certainly hopping around. String skipping is like being a ballerina with the nimble dexterity of your fingers, but with more street cred. 4. Tapping. No, we're not talking about Morse code. Tapping's like having an additional band member who speaks in high-pitched Morse code. It's a conversation between your two hands. 5. Vibrato. If your bass were an actor, vibrato would be its Oscar-winning moment. It's the emotion in the story you're telling with every note. 6. Octave playing. This is your bass wearing a top hat and a monocle. Classy and sophisticated, octave playing adds a richness like a velvet lining to your groove. 7. Ghost notes. The poltergeists of your bass lines. They're not fully there, but their presence is definitely felt. 8. Palm muting. Think of this as your bass going incognito undercover but with a mission to add a covered texture to the music. 9. Chordal playing. Oh, so now we're a guitar, hey? But seriously, chords on a bass are like adding chocolate chips to cookie dough. Delicious. 10. Dynamic control. Dynamics is the Pixar of your bass playing. It gives depth and feeling, taking the listener from tears to cheers. Music theory. 11. Modal playing. Forget the catwalk, this is your bass's fashion week. Dorian, Lydian, Phrygian. Each mode is a different outfit that changes the entire mood. 12. Secondary dominance. These are the plot twists in the movie of your bass line. They create an expectation, only to be pleasantly resolved, keeping the audience on their toes. 13. Polyrhythms. This is the Rubik's Cube of rhythms, a complex and colorful array of beats that get your foot tapping in multiple dimensions. 14. Odd time signatures. These are like the hipster coffee shops of the bass world. Odd, unique, and super interesting once you get the taste for it. 15. Advanced scale knowledge. This is your bass's PhD in scaleology. It's like having a vast spice rack for your musical kitchen. Equipment. 16. Tone shaping. This is your bass's wardrobe. Are we going grunge, jazz, or maybe space funk today? 17. String types. These are like the different paint brushes in your art set. Each one gives you a different stroke of brilliance. 18. Active versus passive. This isn't a psychology test, but knowing the difference can be enlightening, changing how you engage with your music. 19. Effects pedals. The spice rack again. Only now, we're talking exotic flavors like saffron and truffle. 20. Signal chain. This is the conveyor belt in your musical factory. Each component must be precisely calibrated for that perfect end product. Repertoire. 21. Genre-specific techniques. This is like being multilingual but in the language of genres. From flamenco to funk, you speak 'em all. 22. Jam standards. You've got a Rolodex of tunes that you can whip out faster than grandma whips out embarrassing baby photos. 23. Note-for-note solos. You're not just a cover artist, you're a tribute band packed into one set of hands. 24. Composing bass lines. You're not just coloring in the lines, you're drawing the whole darn picture. 25. Transcribing. You're a musical Sherlock Holmes, deciphering the notes of any tune to its molecular level. Professionalism. 26. Studio etiquette. You walk into the studio like you own the place because you know exactly what each knob and dial does. 27. Session work. You're the James Bond of the studio. Walk in, get the job done, walk out no fuss. 28. Communication. You speak fluent music and English, making sure everyone is literally on the same page or sheet music. 29 Marketing, you're not just a musician, you're a brand. You've got more online followers than a lost puppy in a viral video. 30 Networking, you're the spider in the web of the music community, connected and essential. Creativity. 31 Improv Techniques, you're the Shakespeare of bass, improvising solos as if you were penning a sonnet. 32 Songwriter, you don't just play bass, you are the bass in every song you help create. 33 Melodic Solos, you're not just a bass player, you're a rock star in disguise, taking the spotlight when it's your time to shine. 34 Motif Development, you're a musical architect, taking a single idea and constructing a skyscraper of sound around it. 35 Tone Painting, you're the Bob Ross of bass, painting happy little musical trees with each note. Technique and Practice. 36 Isolated Practice, you're a musical surgeon, dissecting every chord and scale until you know it inside and out. 37 Finger Independence, you've got fingers so independent they're planning a revolution against your thumb. 38 Sight Reading, you can read music as easily as most people read text messages, only you're not using emojis to express feelings. 39 Metronome Work, you've tamed the metronome like a lion tamer in a circus. Your timing is impeccable. 40 Practice Regimen, your practice schedule is more organized than a librarian with OCD. So, there you have it. Whether you're slapping the bass like it owes you money or delicately weaving through complex jazz modes, these facets are your roadmap to being an intermediate bass virtuoso. Remember, if your bass were a superhero, you're the one who gives it its superpowers. Alright, so was that a mic drop moment, or did GPT just make up junk? Stay tuned for the next Cognition Chunks, where we'll pick this apart like a bass solo in a funk band. Catch you next time.